Welcome to Party Select, a podcast where two dudes and a guy who's their friend talk about the best thing there is, and that's video games, baby. I'm Kyle. I'm joined by Cody. Cody, what do we want?
Video games.
Yep. And Shay, when do we want them?
21 years ago. Sorry, no. Yes, 21 years ago.
2004 is when we want them.
2004.
Man, this. If only we could take this again, and we could see him competent and smart. Welcome to Best Games of 2004. This is a podcast where we talk about the best video games from the year 2004.
That's all we do? Every episode, we just talk about the best games.
Focus on a different game each time.
Well, that's the title of the video.
We're going to run out of episodes.
We're doing a different podcast every time. It's a different branded podcast. It's a one episode podcast, Best Games of 2004. And then we start a whole new sub feed for Best Games. An
entirely new brand.
No. That would be
all
crazy.
The marketing experts. We're going to invent a new type of branding. It's like a pop-up restaurant.
Yeah.
This is a pop-up. It's a pop-up podcast.
It's a popcast.
A popcast.
Yeah. Little bite-sized.
So don't bother subscribing because this is the final episode.
No. Okay. Please, God, subscribe on your podcast service of choice. If you're watching on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell. We do fun. We try to have fun here.
Yeah.
The most fun thing is talking about video games, so we should probably do that. Now, what we do on this podcast is Shay, Cody, and I have gone through the Wikipedia page for video game releases in the year 2004. We have picked out all the best, most scrumptious, delectable video games, and we've put them together and compiled them into a list. However, I want a temperature set like 2004. Some things I wrote down that happened in 2004. So we're in the right frame of mind. Facebook
positive
launched.
Things, I hope.
Facebook launched, which is not a positive thing. At the time it was, because it was like total blue sky, blue sky. But like a total blue sky mentality of like, oh, this way to connect with people. Also, it was like for college kids to stay connected and like be part of their communities and stuff. And now, fucking cesspool. So Facebook launched in 2004. George W. Bush was elected for the second time.
Okay.
With the lens of hindsight and current,
you know what?
Not as bad as it could have been turned out to be.
I listened to an old Patton Oswalt stand-up.
Okay.
I had a very long drive over the weekend, an 11-hour drive, and I listened to a lot of old stand-ups. I listened to a Patton Oswalt stand-up from 2004.
Whoa.
When he was bitching a lot about George W. Bush.
Yeah.
And I was like, Patton, it's gonna get worse.
Hold on to your butts, Patton. Your butts? He has multiple butts.
Butts.
He was at least fun to make fun of. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
The titular television series Friends ended in 2004. So we were following, just a few years removed from a national tragedy, like the biggest source of comfort collectively as a society we had ended, which was a horrendous thing. Another bad thing that happened, I only wrote down bad things, was the Indian Ocean tsunami that killed like a ton of people. It was this horrible thing. So, that's the frame of mind we got to go into this with.
Well, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it here at the end. Shrek 2 released in 2000.
I was about to save it. Shrek 2, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Spider-Man 2 came out in this year. Doc Ock, Spider-Man 2, and Passion of the Christ. Just to bring it back down. That was 2004, man. Crazy year.
Good year for movies, man.
Crazy year. And as we're about to discover, it was also a good year for video games.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the Nintendo DS came out in 2004. How did you miss that?
I did. So I didn't look at things that happened in video games in 2004. That's the angle I missed, apparently.
Britney Spears got married for 55 hours.
Wow. Holy shit. Longer than I would have thought.
Lord of the Rings Return of the King won 11 Academy Awards.
Wow. Wow.
Come on, man.
But don't worry, Shrek 2 was the top grossing film.
This took me 30 seconds to find good things that happened.
This took me 15 seconds. So had I invested double the time,
Janet Jackson's nipple at the Super Bowl was 2004.
Fuck. That's amazing.
What a year.
Yeah, simpler times, but they didn't seem like it at the time. Hey, we have some honorable mention video games that came out in 2004. These are games that we really like or haven't played, but like it's not enough to put them on the long list, or weren't quite engaged enough to like talk about them, but we know we like them, people like them. Again, setting the stage. So we have Boktai 2, the second Boktai game. Counter-Strike Source came out in 2004, which is huge. Donkey Konga with the bongo drums on the GameCube. Hell yeah. Driver 3. Cody, I know you love Driver 3. The first Far Cry was in 2004. Hitman Contracts. Phantom Dust, kind of a cult favorite. Pikmin 2. Pokemon Emerald came out, but then also the Fire Red and Leaf Green remakes of the original games came out. Those are huge. Silent Hill 4, The Room. Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow. Tales of Symphonia. And Lord of the Rings, The Third Age, which is a secret little one that I snuck in there because I really like that game, even though it's not awesome. But I do like it.
Let's be clear here. If we were allowed to have remakes or remasters, Pokemon would be winning this year.
Yeah, but it's kind of not fair to all the other video games to do that.
Correct.
But like Fire Red and Leaf Green are so good. So good. That's why they're like the foundational ROMs for most Pokemon ROM hacks is like Fire Red. Damn, those are good. But we have a list here of 26, count them, 26 video games. Holy smokes. You might be thinking to yourself, how in the world are we going to talk about 26 video games? And also, what the fuck happened to the bottom border of the long list?
Yes, okay, I'm sorry, I messed it up.
That as well.
They were out of order, like they weren't in alphabetical order, and I was trying to fix it, and then I realized that I don't know what formatting Cody did. Ratchet and Clank was at the bottom of the list. That is incorrect.
Weird.
I was trying to move it, and I messed it up. I'm very sorry. I was hoping no one would notice, but obviously, you noticed.
It's not that way on the other list. That's
but
weird.
Everything should be good now.
Yeah, we have 26 video games to talk about, and those video games are Alien Hominid on the PS2, GameCube, later came to a bunch of other systems, developed by the Behemoth and published by them. This was originally like a Flash game that they ported to console, but it's a side-scrolling shooter with like really fun cartoon art style. It's made by the people who later did Castle Crashers, so it shares a lot of that art style DNA. And it's just a really solid side-scrolling platform shooter with a lot of character and fun stuff going on. That is Alien Hominid.
Up next, we have Burnout 3 Takedown. This was another entry in the Burnout series, arcade racer, but the big focus was crashing and doing damage to other cars and other people.
Burnout was cool,
which was just so cool. I mean, great game. Burnout 3.
Call of Duty Finest Hour on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox, developed by Spark Unlimited, published by Activision. This was the first console Call of Duty game. So it was not like a recreation of the first Call of Duty. It was actually like, it's a story that happens concurrently with the first Call of Duty. So it's sort of like a side story that they kind of shoehorned in, which is interesting. But I just remember it being the first console Call of Duty, which started the whole thing. So pretty cool. That's Finest Hour.
Next is Fable for Xbox, PC, and Mac by Big Blue Box Studios and published by Microsoft Game Studios. This was a very immersive, very funny RPG. Lots of hijinks.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles on the GameCube, developed by the Game Designer Studio, published by Nintendo. It was unlike any Final Fantasy that came before it. It was like third-person, real-time, sort of isometric view action. a lot of mechanics that kind of affected how you were able to engage with combat. You had to, like, the world is full of miasma, and you had to carry this, had to have one character like carrying around this like orb that made area around you safe, and you're trying to fight within the orb, traveling from like settlement to settlement. There was a lot of world building, a lot of fun quest stuff in there, cute little chibi art style. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is a really special one.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for the PlayStation 2 by Rockstar. This was another entry in the Grand Theft Auto series, starring the series' first black protagonist in a new setting, San Andreas.
That's the hot coffee one, right? San Andreas is?
That
right.
might be true. I think you're right.
The hot coffee mod.
I realize I did not say this is some more publisher for Burnout, and that is for the PS2 and Xbox, and developed by Criterion and published by EA. The next game up is Half-Life 2, released on the PC in 2004, developed and published by Valve. This, like what can you really say about Half-Life 2 that hasn't already been said by a million other people? This is the follow-up to the first Half-Life, which was already a sort of a first-person shooter that really sort of revolutionized sort of storytelling in games and was really physics-driven in its gameplay. Half-Life 2.
Next up, we have Halo 2 on the PC and original Xbox, developed by Bungie, published by Microsoft. Halo 2, like, incredible follow-up to the first Halo. Graphically, they improved on a lot of things. They also had, like, the dual protagonists where you can play as Chief, and then some missions you play as the Arbiter. And that ability to play as some of the Covenant characters was a really cool addition. You could also dual wield in that game, dual wield weapons, which was huge, like the SMG pistol combo, dual wielding different laser plasma weapons. It was just like a really, really fun, engaging system that they kept for further entries in the franchise. So that's Halo 2.
Jak 3 for the PS2, developed by Naughty Dog and published by Sony Computer Entertainment. This was obviously the third Jak game. It sort of expanded on what Jak was, where Jak 2 was more of a Grand Theft Auto-like, both in its gameplay and its tone, its mood, its attitude. This one sort of furthered that and open to an even more open world with a lot more land vehicles. You were out in a big desert, and it just further refined the controls and gameplay in the Jak and Daxter series. Up next is Katamari Damacy on the PS2, developed by Namco and published by Namco Home Tech. This is, a really irreverent, unlike anything you've ever played game where you roll a ball around and collect things on your sticky ball and create stars for the King of Cosmos.
Who is your dad?
Yes. In a nutshell, that is Katamari Damacy.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is next. Came out on the PS2, developed by Konami Computer Entertainment Japan, published by Konami proper. This just had its HD remake come out this year, Snake Eater Delta, on the PS5. That original version, you could do this in the Delta remake, but the original version had more of like an isometric camera, which then in the Subsistence version you could actually kind of rotate it around and stuff. But so it was like the experience of playing the original Snake Eater was a little different than what a lot of people remember in those later versions, but still an incredibly innovative, technologically impressive, really fantastic standalone story in the Metal Gear universe that gives a lot of foundational context for the characters of Big Boss and then Solid Snake and everyone going forward. So that's Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Up next is Ninja Gaiden for the original Xbox, developed by Team Ninja and published by Tecmo. Man, this was just like a really a fast and very difficult third-person action game that really rewarded, precision reactions and, mastering the systems in the game. Sort of a Souls-like pre-Souls game. I mean, it was very, very difficult, and you really had to sort of master that. But, a ninja game in that realm, that's Ninja Gaiden.
Onimusha 3 Demon Siege for the PC and PS2, developed and published by Capcom. This is the third game in the Onimusha trilogy, final game up until next year when the new Onimusha comes out. This is an action 3D or a third-person action game. I would say more deliberate than something like Ninja Gaiden, certainly less difficult than something like Ninja Gaiden. The third game introduced a second playable character played by Jean Reno, who has guns, baby.
Hell yeah. Paper Mario. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I had started Onimusha 3 at one point. I really should go back and finish that.
Good game.
It's quite good. We will talk about it.
Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door for the GameCube, developed by Intelligent Systems and published by Nintendo. This is another Mario RPG follow-up to the N64 one. The whole world and all the characters made out of paper. It's got some witty dialogue and some pretty good turn-based combat.
Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal for the PlayStation 2, developed by Insomniac and published by Sony Computer Entertainment. This is the third game in the Ratchet and Clank series, third-person shooter / platformer, very fun sense of humor, and this one introduced one of the all-time great video game villains, Dr. Nefarious.
Ooh, wow.
Nice. Shadow Hearts Covenant on the PS2, developed by Nautilus, published by Midway. This was a turn-based JRPG with a really kind of dark tone. It was the second game in the Shadow Hearts series, but there was actually like a predecessor game called, I think it's Kadelka is a predecessor to the Shadow Hearts games on PS1. So it's kind of like the third Shadow Hearts game. But it introduced an interesting innovation in the turn-based combat, which was the ring system. So there's like a timing-based ring wheel that you could modify and like do things to that would have direct consequences for when you're doing actions in combat. And it just kept the turn-based combat a lot more engaging than your standard turn-based. That's Shadow Hearts Covenant.
Sly 2, Band of Thieves for the PlayStation 2, developed by Sucker Punch Productions and published by Sony Computer Entertainment. This is the follow-up to the first Sly Cooper game. I think this is the best Sly game of the series. It's a 3D action platformer and sort of a nice cel-shaded style. And the whole team of anthropomorphic animal or characters go and do heists all over the world. It's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my turn. I read that wrong. Spider-Man 2, which came out on everything and the N-Gage. PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox, PC, Game Boy Advance, PSP, and the N-Gage.
Yeah.
A bunch of different people made the different versions. Treyarch, Fizz Factor, Vicarious Visions, Digital Eclipse. I would say Treyarch is the main developer of the main games on console.
Yeah.
It's licensed adaptation of, it's not actually like a tie-in to the second movie directly. It's got lots of other stuff going on. It's a semi-open world, open swinging, side quests, lots of fun, beat 'em up, Spider-Man action.
The standard for web swinging before the PS4 version.
Yeah, correct. Kind of the standard for superhero open world games.
Correct.
Next up is Star Ocean Till the End of Time. On the PS2, developed by Tri-Ace, published by Square Enix. This was a turn-based, it had a slightly different combat system. It wasn't like just turn-based. There was more movement and more action happening in the combat, which kind of set it apart from other games. But it was very systems heavy, like a lot of materials and stuff that you're gathering and a bunch of different, in the way that those early JRPGs did, like, a lot of interconnecting systems that you could leverage to empower your characters. And just like, I remember the story really capturing my imagination with all the different locales you're going to, because it's like fantasy sci-fi kind of mixed together. That's Star Ocean Till the End of Time.
2 Star Wars games. The first one is Star Wars Battlefront for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PC, developed by Pandemic and published by LucasArts. This is a third-person multiplayer shooter, some mission-based story mode, very light story mode, but it's mostly where you play as a grunt in the galactic war between the clones and the Clankas. Lots of different classes. Very fun. Lots of shooting. Second is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords by Obsidian and published by LucasArts for the original Xbox. This is a sequel to the original KOTOR that came out like a year-ish later.
Yeah.
It's very much MMO-inspired RPG with lots of decision-making, character building, etc.
The Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay on Xbox and PC. This was made by Starbreeze and published by Vivendi Universal Games as like a tie-in to the movie franchise. I believe it's its own storyline, but obviously just the movie franchise tie-in starring Vin Diesel. But it's very much it's early Starbreeze, like they're really cutting their teeth. It's a like open zone kind of game where like there are a couple different ways you can play. Like there's a lot of dialogue stuff. There's also sneaking around and stealth, big bombastic action, and like there's kind of a not quite a sim level of systems, but approaching that on a console. And I remember like it was very widely well received, and I think that was surprising because we were so used to terrible movie tie-in games at the time. And that one hit and is kind of like a cult classic. So that's Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay.
The Legend of Zelda: Four Swords Adventures on the GameCube, developed by Nintendo EAD and published by Nintendo. This is the first and maybe only since cooperative Zelda game, sort of emulating a Link to the Past sort of art style palette. It because of the ability to like pick up and throw your co-op partners, it just sort of created a bunch of chaos and really fun moments when playing that game. So that's Zelda: Four Swords Adventures.
They had a co-op one on the 3DS. Do you remember that? Like there was one that was similar to Four Swords.
Yeah, Triforce Heroes.
Triforce Heroes. That was the other one.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. Tony Hawk's Underground 2 for the PlayStation, Xbox, GameCube, PC, and Game Boy Advance. Developed by Neversoft and published by Activision. This again is a follow-up to the first Thug, and again I think it's even better. It just advanced the capabilities and characters and the world of from that first Thug. It's got a pretty good story mode. I mean, as good as one of those could be, but just a real good time. A lot of irreverence there, for sure.
Next is Viewtiful Joe 2 for the PlayStation 2 and GameCube, developed by Clover Studio and published by Capcom. This is a sequel to Viewtiful Joe 1, which came out the previous year. It's a side-scrolling, beat-em-up action platformer with a very cool comic book superhero-inspired aesthetic.
And rounding out the list is World of Warcraft for the PC and Mac, developed and published by Blizzard Entertainment. This is, an MMO that utilized the sort of the fantastical characters and races that the Blizzard had created in the original Warcraft RTS games, just blown out in a huge open world multiplayer game.
Wow.
That's the list.
That like shit. We have our work cut out for us.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah.
26 amazing games. Go play all of them. The end.
Holy cow. All right.
There is no way we can trim this down to 5 games.
We're about to. See, I feel like it kind of feels that way every time. And then we work our movie magic and we make it happen, baby. So buckle up. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Let's do it. Yes.
All right. The first thing we do, Cody, you didn't say if you were ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. The first thing we do is we each get to lock in a game for the short list. Now this is like no discussion. We don't get to refute this. We are locking in it for the short list. That does not guarantee it in the top 5, but it guarantees that it's going to be going head to head with the other games that we do litigate against. So I'm at the top box. So this time I will go first to lock my video game, and I'm going to lock Katamari Damacy.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. I like
a worthy entry.
So I just went and saw with my partner a few days ago. Went and saw a Stardew Valley concert over in Indianapolis, Indiana. And the whole time I was listening to that music, I was like, this music is really good. You know what other game has really good music? Fuck it. I would go to a Katamari Damacy orchestra concert. That would rip. That would be fucking awesome. Incredible music in that video game. Cody, it is your turn to lock one for the short list.
I'm going to lock Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
I respect it, and I thank you for that. I love that game. That's the first game I ever played through. Like, I got it. I remember sitting on, like, laying on the carpet on the floor in the living room of our old house, Shay. And I played through all of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater in a day. I just didn't stop playing it. It was incredible. It's like one of the first games I ever did that with.
This is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
All right, my lock is Star Wars Battlefront, baby.
Another
one of my favorite games
fantastic
ever made.
Pick. Incredible. I think, like, man, I can't believe they didn't do that with more franchises. Like, we had the one Lord of the Rings one, which is great. Lord of the Rings Conquest, I think. It's great.
Yes.
But, like, Halo,
and that was, like, not recent, but semi-recent. I think that was a 360
It was a
game.
360 game, yeah.
It wasn't that good.
I can't believe it. I can't believe we haven't had more of those.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we need to start cutting. Mm-hmm. So, it's my turn to pick one to talk about, to potentially cut. I would like to nominate for the chopping block Ninja Gaiden.
I'm okay with that.
I have not played
Ninja
Gaiden.
I've definitely played it. I've never gotten far in it because it was the last time I played it was when I was not a gamer, frankly. And
yeah, I really want to
beat it.
I really want to try and play it now and see, like, is it actually hard still? Or
from what I remember, I bet that game, like from a performance standpoint, I bet that holds up pretty well. I remember that running,
probably,
like, really smooth.
That was like one of those 60 frame games.
Yeah,
on the Xbox. Yeah,
for sure.
And my buddy, I'll use his handle. My buddy Namalos was big in our friend group for having beaten Ninja Gaiden on Master Ninja.
Oh, that's legit.
Yeah, he had big balls. So
the original Ninja Gaiden at the time, like, it was like Dark Souls in the difficulty. It plays nothing like Dark Souls,
no.
But it was like the hardest game ever made.
Right.
Like, that was how people talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Ninja Gaiden, thank you for your service. I hope to play you someday.
Cody.
So not because again, always with the caveat of these are all great games. And it's hard to cut any one of them, but I only cut this just because I don't think it stands alongside even the ones that I would push forward. And I'm going to go with Jack 3. Unless you guys have any.
Okay. Wow.
I've never played the series.
Incredible, brave move from Cody, cutting his own darling.
Yes.
You shouldn't have
I
done
think
that.
2's a little better. I think 2's a little better, but
yeah. You should have gone after one of ours, but I respect the hell out of you for not. So, thank you.
No, dude. Especially this early, you should be cutting your own games. You don't need to go for someone else's jugular immediately. So rude. Because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go for a game that is mine, that I know has no chance, which is Viewtiful Joe 2. I fought very hard for the first one. Last year, it did not make it onto the top 5. It should have, but it's fine.
Another one that I really
like the first one more. The second game is great. It adds multiplayer, like co-op. But other than that, it's a little bit of diminishing returns just because it's a year later. It was made by a different studio. I think they did a great job, but I do like the first one more.
It's just tough. Like, Cody and I hadn't really played it. Like, it's tough when it's really hard for a game that only one of us has played to make it into the top 5. It's a long road to hoe to get there.
Yeah.
It happens, but it is really tough. It usually makes more sense if there's like 2 of us can champion it, then that's kind of a lock. But It's tough. That's tough. All right. Boy howdy. Star Ocean Till the End of Time. Since you made me feel bad because I was selfish the first round. Now I'll be unselfish. I really like this game. I desperately need to sit down and play it again. It's been so long since I played it. That it's like super cheap. Like there are just copies of it everywhere. So I managed to I bought a copy of it for like $10 or something. And then I found one that had like the cardboard sleeve and was in nicer shape and stuff and had the inserts and all that. And so I just bought that for like $15 and then got rid of the other one. Just because it's everywhere and I really like it. And I think people should give it a shot if they're at all into JRPGs. It is a lot. Like, because the combat system at the time wasn't quite like anything I had played before. Just because it is a little bit more active. And there are a lot of... I feel like there are a lot of things you're trying to manage in combat. And then outside of combat, there's all the systems of the crafting and the material gathering and exploring the space and stuff. The setup didn't feel like other games. The structure, I should say, didn't feel like other games. And I think that at the time was not to its benefit. But I think now, going back to it, I think it would make it stand out a bit more. So I do really want to go back and play it. But I recommend that others do the same. But goodbye, Star Ocean.
Fair.
Again, I'm gonna axe another one of mine here. Right off the top, it's gonna be Four Swords Adventures: Legend of Zelda. Okay. This one's gonna go just because, for a couple of reasons. I only have my memory of it. For one, that is because it was really hard to come by. That like a weird game that was really kind of hard to find, and then on top of that, to have 3 other people around to really maximize, the potential of what that game could offer.
Well, and did you need to use the Game Boy Advance to play co-op? Was it required or was it just an option?
I can't remember.
Either.
But I mean, that speaks to, there was just a lot of weirdness around that, on top of the fact that it was hard to find. And then it was sort of, maybe because of that, it was even hard to play. So
and the answer is yes. To do multiplayer, you each need a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. So that made it tough.
Yeah, for sure.
I played it also. This was going to be my next cut because I just didn't like it that much. I did not play it co-op, which I know was like mainly the point, and that's probably why it wasn't as much fun. But I just didn't like it that much, unfortunately.
Sure.
Cool idea for sure.
Yeah.
My proposal is going to be Call of Duty Finest Hour. I have very little memory of this game. I remember Big Red 1, and I remember Call of Duty 3 very distinctly. I do not remember Finest Hour hardly at all.
Yeah, I think Finest Hour, it's like a solid first attempt, but I feel like they tuned it in. They fine-tuned it for Big Red 1. Was like definitely the better one of those. I'm such a sucker for good World War II shooters.
Yeah.
I'm okay getting rid of it. Looking at the other games, it's the least interesting of the ones that I like on here for sure.
Sure.
All right.
We're racing through this, man. No fights yet.
Yeah, no fights yet.
We only have like 15 games left.
Burnout 3?
I don't think we can let go of Burnout 3.
It's so good.
Okay. I think Burnout 3 might be a top 5 game.
Is it the first one that did the crash stuff? Or is Burnout 3 the first one of the Burnout games that did the crash stuff? Or is 3 just like the best one of that? Not that that's a disqualifying factor. I just don't know.
It's the best one of that. You could crash in other games, but Takedown, like that was the point. You wanted to crash.
And I think Takedown was the first one that had the dedicated crash mode. Game mode. Yeah.
Because
was so awesome. The slow-mo replays.
That's fucking rad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I retract. I hate to do it, but Alien Hominid. Man, I love that art. The art in Alien Hominid is so good. It's like, it's one of those, I mean, there's a reason, right? Like, it got like picked up and ported to consoles, and it started as a Flash game. And like, there were thousands upon thousands of Flash games. There's a reason like this is kind of the one that this happened to. It plays on that like Men in Black, but like, oh man, I just, something about the way the characters are drawn, I really like. They're just like kind of meatheads with thick bodies and these like agents that are going after you. I think gameplay wise, not pretty. It's very simple compared to a lot of like side scrollers that we see nowadays. But at the time, I mean, it has a look to it that I really love, and it's the reason I checked out Castle Crashers when that came out.
Sure.
Because I was like, oh, it's the same art from Alien Hominid, and then loved Castle Crashers. I do think probably of the games on the list, it's probably like the simplest, least sophisticated game. Not that has to be a disqualifying factor or a knock against it, but I don't know that it's gonna necessarily stand out from the pack looking at everything else. So,
okay.
And neither of you have played it, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I did love Castle Crashers though. So
yeah.
It's a good comparison.
I'm not going to nominate this to be cut. I just want to make a statement about it. I think we had a Ratchet and Clank game last time as well. Or maybe it was 2 years ago. I can't remember. But my problem with Ratchet and Clank is because I've not been able to replay any of them, they all just sort of blend together. So I could not tell you a single thing about this one versus any other one.
This one being the Dr. Nefarious introduction is huge.
This is probably my third, maybe my second favorite. Crack in Time is my favorite. And then I think the most recent Rift Apart would be probably my second favorite just because it looks so unbelievable. Yeah. This would be number 3. Dr. Nefarious is amazing.
Okay.
The combat was at its best. So the strafe was introduced in the second game, going commando, which totally, the first game is almost unplayable. The second game is much better because there's strafe, but the third game really is like when they actually nailed the feel of shooting. And that's what makes it distinct in my mind.
Which guns were in the third one? Which guns in Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal? Because if this is the one that introduced, does this one have the Sheepinator? No. Oh, so this one has the Rhino that you work up towards. At the end, the Rhino's really fucking good. The Agents of Doom.
That's been in every one, yeah.
Yeah, Agents of Doom that you throw out. The Disc Blade gun, a lot of fun. Yep. Everyone says the Saw Blade gun in Dead Space is really cool. They've not played Up Your Arsenal because Disc Blade gun did it first. The mini turret glove, the Annihilator. Oh, the plasma whip. Plasma whip is fucking cool. Like once you get it leveled up. Once you get it leveled up.
Man.
Oh, fuck your ass. Plasma. Sorry, that came out way more aggressive and mean than I intended. The plasma whip is cool.
That's true.
That's true.
Well,
it did.
Like I said, I'm not trying to vouch for it to be cut. I just couldn't tell you a single thing about the game.
Okay.
So then I'm going to move to two games that I know I've never played nor never seen. And those would be Shadow Hearts, Covenant, and the Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay.
Man. I feel like I like more old games than you guys do. And so I have more games on these lists because I'm just attacked. I'm attacked.
No, dude. I have tons of games on here that I love and I'm very passionate about. Just because you've played more old games doesn't mean you're such a douchebag.
I just feel like I like older games better.
Yeah, Shay, where's your collection of 20,000 games?
I have played Shadow Hearts Covenant. I have not played a lot of it. I think the combat system in that game is extremely cool and unique. It didn't hook me. A lot of those JRPGs of the time in that 5-year period, Lost Odyssey, Blue Dragon, a lot of those types of games didn't sink their hooks in me. A lot of cool stuff going on, and I would throw this in the pile. It's not a bad game.
Yeah. Man,
Chronicles of Riddick I have not played. I've never even seen the movies. I could not give two shits. I have heard good things about the game, but I do not care about it. I have an active disinterest in most things Vin Diesel related.
That's fair, I think.
We don't need to cut them both now.
No.
Which one would you go to bat for, Kyle?
Yeah, I know.
I certainly am more. I mean, obviously, I would throw my hat more in the realm of Shadow Hearts because I've played it and I think the combat system is cool.
It's interesting because like this was Starbreeze, I think, prior to or just after the first Darkness game.
Okay.
I guess it would be after because we talked about Darkness already. It's
No? The Darkness was 2007.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is before the Darkness.
Yes.
And it's interesting, like some of the design philosophies of like the open zones kind of letting you explore and be in like a space and interact with it. Like a lot of that stuff was present in Chronicles of Riddick. Yeah. Let's just cut them both, man.
I would also say, I mean, we can cut them both, but I would also say Shadow Hearts Covenant gets some extra points because of the main character is a baddie, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah. JRPG, dude. She's got that rapier. That's a cool...
What?
That's a cool sword to have.
What?
She
What
has
does
a
she do?
rapier. The sword.
They did what to her ear?
So anyways, George W. Bush was elected for the second time.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And I think we can cut... neither of them are going to fucking win. Cut them
No,
both.
they're not. Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
We're talking about...
I feel like this...
I want to go play all these games
the
right
fucking
now.
time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually would like to go back and check out Shadow Hearts again. But play... Because I haven't played...
It's expensive.
Covenant was the third game? The second game?
So it's the second Shadow Hearts, but I believe Kadelka on PS1 was kind of unofficially the first Shadow Hearts game. But yeah.
All right. It's my turn. Oh, now I feel bad because we just cut two of your games, Kyle. But you know what I'm going to cut.
Do I?
Yes. Crystal Chronicles. That game sucks.
Man, what?
How about we make a multiplayer game where one person isn't allowed to have fun? How about we create a multiplayer game where one person, you know how you have your friend group and there's always someone in your friend group that you fucking hate? How about you make them carry a lantern and that's like all they get to do?
No, you put
How
the lantern down
awesome
and
is
then you
that?
fucking cast magic spells because you're the support
No,
character,
dude,
bro.
it sucks. It's not fun.
It's not fun to play support? Oh, look.
No, it's not fun
I'm
to
Shay.
play.
I'm a DPS main.
The
Support's
lantern
no
character.
fun. Fucking tank DPS.
Let's
Talk about
just
like
be very clear.
douchebag.
Fuck your
Let's
ass.
just be very clear. Support is definitely the least fun class to play. It can be fun.
That's my
but
favorite class. Always.
It's definitely the least fun to play. But more specifically, I'm not shitting on support classes in any video game ever made.
No, I think
I'm
you
shitting
are.
on this specific support class because most of the game you are doing nothing.
This is so Genji main coded right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't give your Overwatch bullshit. I don't care about that. But Genji's also
look,
awesome, dude. He's got a bow and arrow and like a dragon.
No, that's Hanzo.
That's Hanzo. Okay, fine. I
I
don't
was
know
a-
who Genji is.
I
Does
was
he
a
throw
Hanzo
the
man.
daggers?
Yeah, Genji's
I never
the throwing
played
star guy.
Overwatch.
I was a Hanzo
That's
main
also cool.
before it was a meme. I was the OG Hanzo.
Oh, right, because his that thing that he yells with the dragon was really annoying.
Yeah.
Was that the meme? Okay. I'm too much of an actual gamer. I was too busy playing
I don't know what the
all
words
the
were.
awesome old video games. I didn't have time to play Overwatch.
Hey,
Like,
Cody,
all
you had like 2,000 hours in
casuals.
Overwatch. Give us your best Hanzo alts.
Oh, I
Sound.
don't remember what he says. Ryu Wagateki Wakuro.
Dude, you nailed it, bro. You fucking... It's like I'm there. It's like I'm there, bro.
Okay, but stop ignoring or stop avoiding the inevitable. We need to cut Crystal Chronicles. The game isn't
fine,
good.
Dude. The game is good.
No,
but it's not as good as all these other games, and that's fine. And that's fine. But you can't sit there, like if you play it single player, you can have like an NPC character carry the lantern thing around if you want to do it that way.
Yeah, and then the AI is terrible. It doesn't know what to do.
It follows you. Get
right,
good, bro.
But the whole point is it makes a bubble, and so you have to still stay close to it. And so it's like he's like, "Oh, are you going this way, or are you going that way?" No, dude, that's not fun.
It's fine.
It ain't fun. Also, the chibi art style.
This. It's a magical world full of wonder and mystery and good vibes
that takes forever to explore because you have to stay really close to the lantern bubble.
Dude, you're such a bummer. You don't even like games.
I don't like that game. There are 20 games on this list that I like.
All right.
Well, soon to be even less.
So it's my turn now?
Now it's your turn.
Yes. How many do we have left?
Yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 13, and then the 3 that we've locked. So we have 16 left. So we should do one more round.
One more round of cuts, and then let's talk about the remaining ones and choose what stays and what goes. Because we don't have to keep 13 for the short list. Sure. We can keep less.
All right. I get to cut one now?
Yep. I wonder what Kyle's strategy is.
Which one did Shade put on? No, actually, legit though. Let's talk about Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yeah.
It is nowhere near as good as the first one, nor could it be expected to be because it was made in an incredible time crunch. It reuses a bunch of the assets of the first game. I think a lot of the writing, like I have not played this. This is me regurgitating stuff my friends have said. So, you know what? Why don't I just let Shay talk? So Shay, why don't you talk about it? Okay.
Yes, Obsidian did the best job they could with like a year-long development cycle. They reused a ton of assets. The story is still fantastic. The characters, the returning characters and new characters, many of them are fantastic. It just isn't as good as the first game, and it's too similar to the first game on too short of a timeline. That's like, I'm not going to say anything bad about it because I think it's awesome, but it will not be in our top 5. And had they taken another 2 to 3 years, it could have been amongst the greatest Star Wars games. It just unfortunately isn't. It's merely a great game, not an amazing game.
Yeah, like had they had the opportunity to iterate on anything they did instead of just repeat it or whatever, like it would have made a big difference.
I fully intend to replay that early in 2026 when I'm not scrambling to finish all the 2025 games, having just replayed KOTOR. I loved my time replaying KOTOR. I'm sure I will love my time replaying KOTOR too. All right.
I'm gonna be brave, and as long as you don't have, neither of you have any reservations with this, I'm gonna cut 2 of my own games.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut Thug 2 and Sly 2.
I'm very surprised to hear you cut Thug 2.
Yeah,
I figured you'd go to bat for that one.
But
is this the one you like the most? I
like
don't
it more
know
than the first one. Yeah.
I've played one Underground. I don't remember which one I've played. I played the one with Wee Man in it. Is he in all of them?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure he is.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know which one I've played. I remember thinking the quest stuff was like a cool layer. But I also feel like at that point I was kind of burned out on the Tony Hawk stuff. Is kind of the only, and that's not a knock against the game. It's just like they kept pumping them out, and I was kind of over it. And that's, I don't know that I can have like a good judgment on the quality of the game.
So I mean, I'm fine with getting rid of both of those. I could create a personal top 5 with games that still remain even without those on there. So,
okay. I feel like that's good context. Do you want to say your piece about Sly 2? I don't think I
like
played
I said,
much of that.
It is probably the best one of the the original trilogy. If I were doing a personal top 10, it would certainly be on there. But yeah, this is a pretty banging year for games, so I just think that there's 5 other games better, in my opinion.
Okay.
So
okay.
I will also cut one of the games that I added to wrap us up on the cuts. The first Fable game. I don't know if either of you are going to go to bat for that one.
I don't know. That first Fable is really good.
2 is so
I just
much
think
better.
2 2 is kind of it's the perfect. 2 has the sauce in the way that like
I don't want to get too bogged down in the comparison between the series. I feel like we do that for everything. Like I don't want to only cut something because one of the other games is better. Right. But I think that as a starting point, Fable was awesome. Yeah. But seeing the leap they made from 1 to 2 kind of makes 1 not feel as good.
Yeah. Well, and like holding it up against the other games on the list, like it was very clumsy. The first one was. It had a lot of ideas.
There's a lot of charm in that.
Yes, a lot of charm, a lot of ideas, but it is pretty clumsy.
Yeah.
And not always intentionally so.
Right. Great world, great characters.
Yeah, Albion is very cool. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now let's go down the list of what remains and what we want to bring over. It sounds like Burnout 3 we should move over.
Yeah. Burnout 3 we should keep.
We talked about the crash mode or whatever from that. San Andreas.
What do you guys have an opinion about San Andreas?
It's definitely the GTA it's my favorite GTA.
Interesting. Okay.
I spent a lot of time fucking around with cheat codes in San Andreas, spawning in a 4-wheeler to drive down the giant pyramid building and all sorts of other stuff, fucking around. I also, this is an uncomfortable thing to talk about, but as a privileged white male, how we grew up, I didn't have a lot of exposure to other cultures. And so I'm not going to say San Andreas is like a respectful depiction of that culture. It was definitely like putting on, additional layers of intensity on certain aspects. But as like an exposure to that culture, I felt like I came away with a little bit broader of a mind about the world around me coming out of it, and not intentionally. And I don't know that it was like intentionally doing that. I think it was just trying to like tell an entertaining story, not necessarily like an authentic story.
Right.
But it was like an early, because I was 11, so it was a pretty early exposure to other cultures for me.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I'm not gonna say it was like a healthy version of that, right? Because it is like very highly dramatized and like played up and stuff. But it was something. And I do remember
like a lot of other
that.
media of that era, like Fridays, Bad Boys.
Yeah,
like a lot of those types of movies. They're just heightened reality, just like any sorts of media are, but because it's a video game and because it's so much more immersive, I think there's value in that from a culture perspective. But the culture is like predominantly criminals, right? Like it's not just what your average black man experiences in America,
right?
So, but yeah, it's like, if you're not getting exposed to a lot of that, it's still better than nothing. I think for me, when I look at that era of Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 4, San Andreas is my least favorite. Really? Mostly because I think Vice City's world and hijinks was the pinnacle, and GTA 4's story was the pinnacle amongst those three.
So I thought I thought the main character in GTA 4 was like unredeemingly boring.
Oh, really? Yeah. I loved his journey. Like, he wants out, man. That's his whole thing. He wants out of this life.
Yeah.
And they keep pulling me back in.
Maybe I should revisit that at some point. I remember not being interested in it when I was playing it and dropping it.
And again, like, not saying we cut it because I don't like the aspects as much as the other games, but when I look at this full list, I wouldn't fight for it in the top 5 because I don't look back at it as fondly as many of these games, because Vice City came before, which is my favorite GTA. GTA 4 came after, which is my second favorite GTA. So
yeah. For me, it would not be top 5 for me. It would be top 10, but
yes, it would be in my top 10, definitely.
So that's probably
I didn't play a GTA
Believe
game
it.
until 5, so I have no horse in this race.
I mean, Kyle, if you feel like it's got a shot, then we might as well keep. Like, there's no harm in keeping it.
I don't think it has a shot, is what I was saying.
Okay.
It's in my top 10, not my top 5.
All right.
I feel like anything that's not going to be in our personal top 5s when we get to the short list, we need to kind of let those go.
You mean like if it's not in anyone's top 5? That,
right.
Theoretically, but like if it would be your number 6 and my number 6, like that, you know what I'm saying? Like there's some arbitrary pedanticness about that. But yeah, I think we can cut it.
Yeah.
Half-Life 2, I think, probably needs to stay.
Half-Life 2 should stay, as should Halo 2.
I'm fine with Halo 2 staying. Onimusha 3, I think, probably is going to get the axe here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's the best of the 3. Jean Reno is awesome.
Right.
The story is fantastic. I know, Kyle, Cody, you haven't played any of the Onimushas, right? Or the 2 and 3.
He platinumed 1.
3. I've played 3 before. I definitely have played.
Oh.
I've not gotten far. In fact, I have a quick anecdote. One of my favorite memories about, I guess really the only memory I have about Onimusha 3 is when I was younger, I owned that game. I never got very far in it, but that was the game. I remember being blown away by that opening cinematic in CG, and it's long. It's just like a big like spider monster thing that the main dude was fighting. And I remember being blown away by that cinematic. And anytime I had a friend over, I would just start that game up and like watch this. Like, look how fucking cool this is.
You did that to me.
I've started that game plenty of times. I've never played a lot. I respect the hell out of it, and I know it's a good game. I can't speak to it though, since I haven't played that much of it.
Yeah, I don't think it would crack my top 5 of what we've got.
I've only
left.
played a couple hours of it.
Let's keep it for now. I'd like to look at the short list and see what I personally am passionate about.
Okay. Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door should move to the short list. That game's incredible.
Okay.
It's one of my partner's favorite games, so I do have like a little bit of like an overexposure to it. Which works against it in my mind. I'm trying to like set that aside. Like the first time I played 1,000 Year Door, I was like, "Holy shit, this is incredible!" Because it was the first turn-based Mario I had played. Because I didn't play the original, I didn't play Super Mario RPG, because we didn't have those earlier Nintendo systems. So my first time playing 1,000 Year Door was like, "Whoa!" And like how creative it is. The writing is impeccable. It's so funny. It's so clever. Graphically, I love the papercraft stuff. They're very clever about, messing with mechanics with that. I think 1,000 Year Door is a really special game.
Yeah. It's real good.
I played some of the remake last year whenever it came out and was kind of underwhelmed. I loved the personality. I loved the visual style. The combat I found so simple.
It is very simple.
And if you're a kid, I get it, but it's also like we're not kids. Like I look back, Onimusha 3 is a great example. Like that game had some fucking combat depth to it. Shadow Hearts had some crazy combat depth to it. And I was in high school in 2004.
That's where it's going to be a little different. Is like I was 2004. I was 12. Shay, you were 16. Cody, you were also 12. I think we're like around the same age.
And I'm not trying to say like, baby game for babies. It's just like the combat being so simple, it just couldn't hold my attention.
And there's a lot of it.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah, you're doing
but
that.
But the writing is fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Much like most Mario things, I think it'd be funnier if there was some voice acting, but that's their thing. They can do what they want. Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, I think, should stay.
Only if it's Chris Pratt. That's fine.
Wahoo. Yeah.
Spider-Man 2, I think, should also stay.
Spider-Man 2 should also stay.
I think we should cut World of Warcraft. I just don't see the big deal.
No, I don't think that's happening.
I do think we should talk. We can save
even
it.
I think we should move World of Warcraft over.
Well, yeah. You have a disdain only because Cody forces you to play it. We can save the World of Warcraft combo. And not a suggestion of it shouldn't be on the top 5, whatever. It's more of a how should we think about World of Warcraft? Because it's a game that is to this day getting new content. Mm-hmm. How do we want to break that down?
I am viewing this as purely as
the launch version of WoW.
Yeah.
Launch WoW.
And then going forward, we're not going to include expansions.
Right, yeah.
For contention.
Yeah. All right. Our short list of 11 video games. Katamari Damacy, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, Star Wars Battlefront, Burnout 3 Takedown, Half-Life 2, Halo 2, Onimusha 3 Demon Siege, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, Spider-Man 2, and World of Warcraft. So the top
we need
three...
to cut like 50% of these. Just over 50%.
Yeah.
Which are the ones that we locked early on?
The first
those top three.
Okay, yeah. So I guess we should probably like talk about those since we haven't talked about them
I
yet.
mean, there were other ones that we haven't even talked about. I was going to suggest, like, are there any that we think are unanimously a lock? For me personally, looking at this list, I'm pretty negotiable on everything.
Really?
Like, I know there are games you guys like that I don't care about. And certainly games that I would argue that neither of you guys would. But even games that like all three of us like, I personally wouldn't lock it just because there are so many that could make the top 5. Because like I feel like all three of us would probably say Spider-Man 2 belongs.
Yeah.
But maybe not. Like I don't know that I would want to lock it. I'd rather kind of talk through them all.
Probably.
Are there any that jump out to you guys that you would say like all three of us are definitely going to lock it?
Katamari and Battlefront? ?
Cody, did you play Battlefront?
Oh yeah, I love Battlefront.
Yeah.
But Battlefront, I'm where you are with Spider-Man, Shay. Of I think that game's great, but I also would like to hear conversations about the other. I mean, like,
we need to talk about all these.
Because obviously I would lock Battlefront's my number one. Like I obviously would lock that game, but I didn't know, Cody, where you were on it.
Easy lock.
I think that's true. I think we can lock Katamari.
Katamari
is. I think we're gonna.
This is terrible. Katamari is like kind of like the diversity hire of the list. Like you need it on there because
DEI game.
Yeah, it's the DEI woke entry on the list because it's like the fun, different one that we all agree on. Doesn't that make you feel so good?
I hate this conversation.
Oh shoot. Oh man.
And when we say lock, it's tentatively on the top 5. It could still come off if we end up somewhere we're not happy with. But I think that's
again,
fine.
I'm not saying this to lock, not saying this to move forward. Just a thought when looking at this. Talking about Burnout 3 makes me want to go fucking play Burnout 3, man.
Dude, Burnout 3.
Shit slaps.
What a video game.
I don't feel that way.
Okay.
I liked it a lot. It was fun. I don't feel compelled to go back.
I do think with the conversations we have already had about some of these games, I don't think Onimusha or Paper Mario are going to make it.
I think
because there is some apathy or negativity towards them in some capacity, and I feel like there is much stronger passion for the other 9 games.
Onimusha for sure. I don't know about Paper Mario. I have a lot of passion about Paper Mario.
There are a couple of games still on this list that I personally don't care for, and I would much rather see them on the list over Paper Mario, is the problem. Like, I don't really give a shit about Snake Eater. I don't give that much of a shit about Halo 2. I would rather see one or both of those on the top 5 than Paper Mario. Because I personally think those other games have more going on that I like. That's why I don't think Paper Mario is going to make it. And WoW. I would put WoW in that category too. I would definitely put WoW on this list over Paper Mario.
If I can be brave, I would like to say that Half-Life 2 is more of an important game to me than a game that I think of as being one of my favorite games.
I don't know, dude. The story in that game is so sick. The gravity gun, not just being important, but as being one of the most fun guns I've ever used in a video game.
The physics system in Half-Life 2 felt like they were tricking. Like, it felt like a magic trick.
Yes, it felt impossible.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And like that opening level of like picking up the soda can, and like the guard makes you pick it up and put in that, like, how, like, that conveys, it's so smart. It conveys so many things to the player immediately. Like what is the hierarchy of this world? What is the tone? And also this physics engine. You're immediately,
how do I engage with this world?
Yeah, you're like it immediately teaches you that. And just like the tram ride in the first game, like that was a really interesting revolutionary way to start a game. They kind of like, how did they top it? Oh wait, they fucking did. Somehow they managed to top it with the second one. Yeah. Shit, man. Half-Life 2 is so fucking good.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're right about Paper Mario.
Again, I personally don't, that's not true. I see the appeal. I personally wouldn't put it anywhere near these other 10 games. That isn't me saying it sucks. But in this specific context, I just don't think it compares to the other 10 games we've got.
I do have 5 other games I would rather have on there than Paper Mario.
Yeah.
But if I'm the one who's going to fight the hardest for it, then I think that's kind of damning.
Yeah, I think we cut Onimusha and Paper Mario. But it was nice to see Onimusha on the short list.
Yeah.
I'll take what I can get.
It's a neat game. What I saw of it.
And now I feel a little bit stuck. Like, I don't know how to cut anything else.
Shit. I mean, I really don't want to, but maybe Ratchet and Clank. I really love that game.
I have 6 games I would put above Burnout. I mean, honestly.
Okay. I can lose Burnout. I think it's incredible, but I would take Ratchet and Clank over Burnout for sure. Like, Ratchet and Clank would definitely be in my top 5 here.
We have 8 left. 3 more of these games still have to go.
Where are y'all at on Halo 2? And
that's
not
hard.
You know, comparison is the thief of joy. I'm not trying to, but like Halo 3 is the one, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like Halo 3 is the one. Halo 1 was so,
Kyle, didn't we? Didn't we just share these back and forth to each other?
I think we did. What did we put? If you can find them while we talk about it. But yeah, so like,
I like Halo 2 way more than the first game. I did not like playing Halo Combat Evolved. I appreciate it. The multiplayer was amazing. I liked the story in Halo 2. I thought playing as the Arbiter was a really cool thing to be able to do.
The dual wielding is huge.
Yeah, for sure. So when we Kyle and I were in a discussion, we ranked the Halo games just on a whim. I had 2 being my 4th favorite, behind 3 Reach, or 5th rather, behind 3 Reach, 1 and ODST. And Kyle, you had it as your 3rd favorite behind 3 and then 1.
Yeah, the 3rd is definitely my favorite, and then Reach. And then maybe Halo 2, and then ODST.
1 to 2
but I'm also
hard.
not the biggest Halo guy, so
like 1 is, it's so iconic as a video game. It is a little hard to go back to. 2 feels much better. The vehicles are way better in 2. There's more variety. But like 2 really, like just the moment to moment in 2 is so fucking good compared to 1.
You got the giving the Covenant back their bomb line.
Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Fuck.
It's real good. But
it is.
I'll say I think the idea of playing the Arbiter was cool. I didn't like those missions that much though.
Really?
Okay.
I found those interesting.
Yeah.
It broadened the game universe for me, which I really liked.
Totally. I just didn't like playing them. I didn't think they were
Interesting.
as fun as the Chief stuff.
Huh.
Anything, and just like in Halo 5, anything that takes you away from playing as Chief, I just like, give me back to playing as Master Chief. I don't want this.
That's fair. I only brought up Halo 2 because like MGS3, Halo 2, WoW. Those are the games that like I personally don't give a shit about. I would put MGS3 or WoW on this list above Halo 2, so I wanted to see where you guys were with that. I would suggest that we cut it for that reason. Unless you guys would put it over MGS3 or WoW, which I cannot imagine is the case.
I would put it over WoW,
Okay.
but
I would not.
Where's WoW on your like all-timer list, Cody?
An all-timer?
Yeah.
I mean, it was in my top 25 of the last 25.
Right.
yeah.
It's probably pretty high. Probably within the top 20 of all time.
Okay. Because I would have no issues with WoW being in the top 5 just because I get it.
If it
Even
was
though
in
I've-
this
I've,
top
like,
5,
never
it
played
is probably 5. If it was in this our collective top 5 for this purpose, it would probably be at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, not saying we lock these, but like probably on the list would be MGS3, Battlefront, Halo 2, or sorry, Half-Life 2. Like, I feel like those 3 are probably in the top 5-ish. So we're logically
This is
maybe
hard.
picking one other
This is
game.
really hard.
I think those 3 you just listed, while Spider-Man 2 is very good, I think those 3 are better games than Spider-Man 2.
I agree with that. That's why I said those 3 and I didn't say Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
I don't think we should just cut Spider-Man 2 right now. But I do agree. I think
Let's talk about Spider-Man 2 for a second.
Okay.
This
is tough. Like, I
Pizza
feel like
Toy.
we're struggling with this more than we have in previous years. Like, we still have so many games left, and it's so hard to cut.
I would say WoW is the only game on this list right now where I just don't. I have a hard time caring about it in the moment.
That's good context for me, because I know you have derision for it, but I thought it was more ironic derision for it. Like, I thought you did really like it. You just hated on it because of how much Cody tries to get you to play it.
It's just like the more I play it, the more I begin to see how it's like an arcade machine. Like, it's meant to just, you're supposed to pump quarters into this fucking thing. Like, you're supposed to just keep
It's a
playing your
treadmill.
sub. Yeah, it's a treadmill to like keep you there as long as possible.
Okay, but are we looking at this from the frame of playing this in 2004, or are we looking at this from playing today? If because I have different feelings about WoW too.
Right.
We can't draw a clear delineation there because we've been really inconsistent with that in the past. Like, we can't say there's a line in the sand. What I think we should agree on is we're talking about WoW, the 2004 version of WoW, not including the expansions and all the shit that's come out since the launch.
Well, I guess I never played launch WoW. I played BC, Burning Crusade, when it came out. That's when I started playing.
Okay.
So I don't really know launch WoW. I don't know that BC changed a whole lot, but they just added some more stuff.
Then I don't know. I don't know if WoW makes it then. Like, I'm giving it a lot of credit just because it's the Uber game. It's the game to beget all of games. And I know how much you love it, Cody.
I'm a WoW guy.
Yeah,
I know.
I've become
and
so
I respect
cynical
that.
about it over time.
I personally have no issues towards WoW at all. Like, I fully support WoW. This list makes it hard in general.
For me, of the games available, taking out Katamari as well, of the games in without color, it is probably 2 or 3.
That's not that strong of an argument, if I'm being honest with you.
Probably 2. It's probably the second
MGS3 would be above it.
Metal Gear is at my top. Metal Gear is Metal Gear is my shoe in here.
Okay. I feel like we can lock MGS3. I have zero issues with that game being in the top 5.
All right.
It's the best Metal Gear in my opinion. It's got the most creative ideas.
It's my second favorite Metal Gear.
I know you like MGS4 a lot.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm one of the only ones.
I haven't played that one, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think we can we lock Half-Life 2?
Not yet. I think we need to cut some stuff.
Yeah.
I think we should cut Halo 2, and I kind of think we should cut WoW now.
I think we can for sure cut Halo 2.
Okay.
Kyle. Where would Halo 2 sit? I mean, you've got Katamari and MGS3, which I imagine are your top 2 of the year.
Of what's on here. Yeah.
Where would Halo 2 fit for you? Would that be in your top 5 of everything that's left?
It's probably 4.
Okay. Battlefront would be above it.
No, Half-Life, and then Battlefront under Halo 2.
Okay.
I think it would go MGS3, Katamari, Half-Life, Halo, Battlefront.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like the Half-Life and Halo are kind of waffling for 3 and 4. Probably
Okay.
Half-Life above Halo. But yeah, 3 and 4.
Yeah, Halo definitely would not be in my top 5. Battlefront would definitely be at the top. And then probably Ratchet and Clank. And then Half-Life, Katamari, and Spider-Man 2 would probably be number 5 for me.
Would Spider-Man be on your 5, Cody?
Man, that's hard.
I know. Because it's not on my 5, and it's Shay's 5. So depending on where it would land on yours, Cody, we might want to talk about cutting that one next.
Because that's like, I'm okay to cut Spider-Man 2, but not so that we can have MGS3 and Halo 2 and WoW, right? Like, if that's the argument, then I'm going to fight for Spider-Man 2.
Well, and if I'm going to be the only one, I know, Shay, you're Sweden here, but if I'm going to be the only one fighting for WoW, then I don't think there's a chance it makes it on there.
Yeah. Which I think coming into this, I thought WoW would be a lock for sure, but I also thought that Kyle would be advocating for WoW. And knowing that that isn't the case, I think it's a much harder argument for it.
Yeah.
Again, if this was most important games of 2004, it'd be WoW, Half-Life 2, probably Spider-Man 2, MGS3, Katamari would probably be the top 5.
And like when I
Burnout
played
3,
WoW,
actually, there's a lot of important games on this list.
I had like 2 characters or 3 characters when I first started WoW. I only ever got my Dwarf Hunter up to like level 27 or something, and then I fell off. So I'd like just started doing some dungeon stuff. I don't think I ever got a mount, because at that time the mount level was higher. In Burning Crusade, it's like I really like I hit it hard for like a couple months. And I kind of fell off.
Okay. Well, we can cut it.
But that's also just like how I kind of tend to engage with games is I hit them hard for a short amount of time, and then if I burn out on it, and then I'll maybe come back some other time. With long games like that. Open-ended.
I think so. We need 3 more games.
I would
from Star
rather
Wars
have
Battlefront.
I would rather have Ratchet and Clank than Spider-Man.
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, I feel like the top 5. We've got Katamari and MGS3. I feel like the rest of the top 5 is Battlefront, Half-Life 2, and Spider-Man 2. If you're gonna fight for RNC over Spider-Man 2, I'll hear that argument because I would definitely take it over Spider-Man 2. But I feel like all 3 of us really like Spider-Man 2.
So neither of you think Halo 2 should be on the 5?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. We can let that one go then.
And I feel like we should lock. I think it's between Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man 2 for the 5th game. I think we should lock Battlefront and we should lock Half-Life 2.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I would take Ratchet and Clank, definitely. I like Spider-Man 2 a lot, not just because of the swinging, which is definitely the pinnacle of the game, but the tone and the humor. That game is so dumb. You can find memes everywhere from that game, and they're fantastic. The balloon chasing and like
picking up
if
the
you
dudes
miss
and bringing
if you
them to the
miss your
ambulance.
QTE, like falling on your face on the ground. It's funny shit. I do think it is kind of janky.
Yeah.
When I look at something like Up Your Arsenal, I do think it's a better video game. I think the story is better. I think the humor is better in Up Your Arsenal.
Yeah.
The guns are fantastic. I think it looks better than Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 looked great at the time, but like it's going for more of that realistic-ish look.
Right, which doesn't hold up as well.
Doesn't hold up as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of the side activities that you're doing in Spider-Man 2 are just brain dead and extremely repetitive. There isn't a good variety of them, which is something they fix in later games, obviously. But like for the time, even, I think the game, rightfully so, received some criticism about the side stuff.
Right.
I do feel like that was helped by how good it felt to just do anything in the game.
Yes.
For sure. I mean, I
greatly
don't remember
leaning-
having that problem just because, maybe this is the 5th guy I've picked up and brought to an ambulance, but it feels pretty damn fun to do that every time. So,
yeah. And just like climbing to the top of a very large tower
and jumping off.
Just doing that to do it. I don't really play games like that anymore. I don't just like play games like to just do a thing and for the sake of doing it. I need a reward for things. And Spider-Man 2 at that time was very much a game that was relying on the players to like just kind of want to try stuff and do stuff. They didn't always have rewards.
I think the words you're looking
stuff.
for are to have fun.
I don't what's the word? What?
Kyle doesn't play games to have fun. He's got to get something out of it, all right?
Yeah,
No,
it's a job. Yeah.
What is fun? Are we capable of having fun anymore?
F is for friends who okay.
I don't know, Cody. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about keeping Up Your Arsenal and cutting Spider-Man 2?
Like I said, I couldn't tell you a single thing about Up Your Arsenal.
Well, we just told you a bunch of things about it.
No, we were just talking.
So
about
how do you feel
Spider-Man.
knowing that? Yeah, but we've talked about what Up Your
sure.
Arsenal
Sure,
did
sure,
compared to the other games.
Oh,
with that knowledge,
I know I like Ratchet and Clank. I mean,
you're not passionate about it.
no, I wish I could be more because I really do like Ratchet and Clank. I wish I could say like, oh, Up Your Arsenal is better than Tools of Destruction, or like I wish I could have that critical analysis. I just can't, and I can speak to Spider-Man, and I know, I know how that game feels to play, and where I don't with Up Your Arsenal. I'm not that's not to say that I think Up Your Arsenal doesn't deserve it. I just can't say definitively that I would choose it above Spider-Man just because I don't have the first-hand exposure.
But I mean, would you be okay with Up Your Arsenal making it?
If you guys think that it's the better game, then yeah, by all means.
I personally do think it's the better game.
Okay. It's a very different kind of game, but it's a very tight experience. It has the benefit of a lot of iteration. It's a third game.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 is trying something very new with its open worlds. The tech was very different. There were different kinds of games. But yeah.
We got our 5.
All right.
Highlighting Spider-Man 2 for? Why is the text blue?
It's the colors. It's Spider-Man colors.
Oh, nice. All right. Our unordered top 5. Katamari Damacy, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, Star Wars Battlefront, Half-Life 2, and Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. We still good with that?
Up Your Arsenal yes. Up Your Arsenal at 5, Battlefront at 1. You guys can decide the other 3 positions. We finish this and go home.
I agree. Ratchet at 5.
Yeah, I think that's fine. That's a good spot for it.
I think as a compromise, I would take Katamari over Snake Eater for 1.
I don't know that I would be excited about Katamari being at 1. I feel like if it isn't Battlefront, it's Half-Life 2.
Wow.
Nah.
I didn't expect that.
I just don't like I'm not excited enough about Katamari to
crazy.
Want it to be at number 1. I love that game. I said it should be a lock for the top 5. I think it should be in the top 3 of our top 5. Absolutely. I personally would put it at 3. Or Battlefront at 1, Katamari at 2.
Have you considered
Yes.
Have you considered that, Shay?
I have considered it.
Okay.
It's a good argument. Let's work our way there. Maybe you can convince me, but we just shouldn't start at the top. We should work our way backwards. Yeah. Which I don't know how we do.
Kyle, at the same time, on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, say, we'll both say our number 4. What we would put it for here? Because I think it's going to be the same game. Is why I'm.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do
Ready?
this.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Half-Life.
Battlefront.
Ha! Cody got.
Okay. All right.
I mean, Battlefront 2 is so much better than the first one, but that's not the exercise. That first
Battlefront 2 is not better than the first one. Galactic Conquest is an amazing mode, but the hero characters ruin the entire vibe.
You just play without them.
They're very fun, but no, it's not that easy, man. It's not the authentic grunt experience. Battlefront 2 is an awesome game, but the first one is pure.
The vehicles in the first one are booty. Absolute garbage trash booty. The second one,
but
let's be clear, space levels in the second one,
the space levels are really cool.
Fuck.
Let's be clear, you're still saying it's above Half-Life though. Half-Life 2.
That's what I am saying. I think so. I think so. It's tough. They're so different. But in terms of a game #gamer identity, I think Battlefront is more important to me than Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 is more important video game, broadly speaking. Battlefront, I think, is more important to me.
I'm saying this. I can't live with Katamari and MGS3 being 1 and 2. That's not an acceptable resolution.
Dude, Shay, I think you're gonna fucking die, bro. I think you're gonna die.
Honestly, if we want to put Katamari at 1 and Battlefront at 2, that I can live with. But Katamari and MGS3 at the top, I cannot live with.
If it's Katamari, then Battlefront, it's got to be Snake Eater, then Battlefront.
No. That was not the compromise.
You don't
That is not what we agreed to.
You don't recognize that Snake Eater might be the best video game of 2004? That game is
correct.
Incredible.
I
brought up Katamari
it's in our
as
top
number
5.
1 as like an olive branch, like, hey, maybe this is a thing we could all agree on and feel good about it being number 1.
And I just said we can put it at 1.
3.
We can put Katamari at 1. And that's the point, dude.
But then the highest Metal Gear would be 3, which is insane.
That's insane.
It's not insane. No, it's not. That's not insane. A third of this podcast doesn't care about that game. I argued that it should be in the top 5. I suggested that we lock it. I have zero issue with it being in the top 5.
I think it's the best of that series. Snotty little baby about Kojima.
No, I'm not. I don't like Metal Gear Solid. I'm allowed. We exist. We exist.
Fuck your ass.
I'm just fucking with your ass, bro.
Katamari, Battlefront, MGS3, Half-Life 2, up your arsenal.
Half-Life 2 should be 4.
All right.
I don't think it should be 4 if you're going to argue that MGS3 should be number 1 or number 2. Because to me, it's Battlefront, Half-Life 2. That's how I would pick these 4 games. Frankly, to me, it's Battlefront, Half-Life 2, up your arsenal. Or you could flip-flop 2 and 3. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm not going to argue that up your arsenal should be higher. It should be at 5. Absolutely. Because this is a collective list. And because this is a collective list,
we're not getting
MGS3
anywhere.
cannot be at number 1.
We're not getting anywhere with this.
What do you mean? We've been talking about this for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's the longest 3 minutes of my life, bro.
Hey, dude, if you want to give up and let me get my way, that's fine with me.
Okay,
You're saying that like I'm gonna like feel bad. Oh no,
I'm back.
Shay argued better. He made better points.
No,
I feel so guilty about
never
making
argue
better
You just argue longer, and that's how you win.
points.
So, oh man,
I give a lot.
I give a lot. He says,
almost every list we've made has had a game I dislike in our top 5.
Yeah, same.
And that's totally fine.
We do have to do something though.
We can always, the tiebreaker can just be we go with the meta scores, and then we go best to worst.
Dude, if we start doing that,
then we got to move up your arsenal
we've
up,
ruined
don't
everything. If we do that, we gotta party select is over, man.
What are the meta scores? Because what do we got? Half-Life 2 would be at number 1, right? And then MGS3 and Ratchet and Clank both have a 91. And then it would be Battlefront, and then it would be Katamari at number 5.
See, Katamari being at
so
number
if that's
5.
If that's what you're going to argue for, that's fine.
It just proves the xenophobia in the video game space. They're afraid of Japanese developed titles. There's a stigma. People just don't get it.
Dude,
they're not smart enough.
I said Katamari can go at number 1. I said that.
I'm saying broadly speaking.
Battlefront just has to go at number 2. These are Up Your Arsenal is at number 5. These are our options for the top 4. Option number 1. Katamari, Battlefront, MGS3, Half-Life 2. Option number 2. Half-Life 2, MGS3, Battlefront, Katamari.
I like between those two. Option 2 is better, but it's still blasphemous.
Half-Life 2 is not number one.
MGS3 would be at number 2. How is that blasphemous?
But Half-Life 2 is not number 1, though.
I'm just saying those are the two options. You can pick whichever one you want.
You don't get to say that
Mic
there's
drop.
only 2 options.
I'm not hearing any other good suggestions.
I told you how it is.
How is it?
Katamari, Metal Gear, Battlefront, Half-Life.
No, that's a bad suggestion. I said you have to bring a good suggestion.
That's the compromise suggestion.
So Metal Gear, Katamari.
What about that is a compromise?
I would
love for you to explain what about that
is
is a compromise.
Me not putting Metal Gear at 1. Because otherwise it would be Metal Gear, Katamari, Battlefront, Half-Life. And I know you don't want that. So I'm saying, okay, Katamari then.
Both options I suggested are actual compromises where everybody gets something. The suggestion you put forth, I only lose what I want. I get none of what I want.
I do not see what were your 2 options?
Katamari, Battlefront, MGS3, Half-Life 2.
I don't see how
Or Half-Life 2, MGS3, Battlefront, Katamari. It's basically flopping them. I think literally. It's a palindrome. And legitimately, I'm fine with either of those. I'm totally comfortable with either of those. Option 1, Kyle's happy. Katamari's at number 1. I'm happy. Battlefront's at number 2. Cody's not as happy because MGS3 is only at 3, but it's above Half-Life. You get Katamari at 1 over Battlefront because you don't care as much about Battlefront. Option 2, we all love Half-Life 2. None of us would pick it for number 1, but it's like a compromise number 1 that we all feel good about. MGS3 is at number 2. Cody and Kyle are psyched about that. It's above Battlefront. I'm not as happy about that. And then Katamari is at number 4, which I know Kyle wouldn't be as happy about. None of us are psyched about either of those options, but I really feel like either of those is an actual compromise option. Where we all gain something and lose something.
Compromise to
Kyle, your
permanent
suggestion,
end.
like I don't gain anything, you know? Like there's nothing I'm happy about in that option.
Yeah, that's what we should do with this list. Make sure none of us are happy.
Because
No. I said with your option, I am not happy. You guys are, but I am not. I feel like with either option I proposed, we all are happy about something. That's what a compromise is. As the great
but then the list just
Stranger
starts
Things
to not
character.
make sense.
What do you mean?
With Half-Life 2 being first?
Dude, ask anyone on the fucking street and they'll tell you that Half-Life 2 is in the top 10 games ever made. We all love Half-Life 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or we go with option 1, dude. And then Katamari's at number 1.
Cody, were you about to say something?
I was going to say my number 1 on these 5 would be Snake Eater. So I will compromise for whatever way that gets as high as it can be.
Okay.
And the 2 that I care about the most are Metal Gear and Katamari.
Which one do you care about more?
I guess Metal Gear, but that feels bad. Because Katamari is such a darling. Katamari is just it's just a little
But then
sweetie.
which one? So then is it Katamari? It's allowed. You're allowed to say it's Katamari.
No,
We're not asking you. what, according to the computer.
The other one isn't going away. It's still in the top 5.
I think you would pick Katamari over MGS3.
See, now you're just trying to get in my head, Shay.
I'm not. I'm saying based on everything you're saying, based on all the conversations I've had with you in your 30 plus years of life.
Doesn't even know.
I know
number.
how much you love
Kyle,
32.
I'll say this. On your top 25
33.
of the last 25.
32
full years.
1.
Yeah, okay. No, you're right. Yeah, no, you're good. Go ahead,
On
Cody.
your top 25 of the last 25, you have Katamari Damacy at 22. Metal Gear Solid 3 is not on your list.
See, now you're asking me to be consistent with myself, which is impossible. Yeah, okay. All right, let's focus.
Where's Battlefront on my list, Cody?
Battlefront. 21. So it is one position higher than Kyle has Katamari Damacy.
So Battlefront should be number 1. Because I like it more than you like Katamari.
Is Battlefront on mine?
No.
Yeah.
Is MGS3 on your top 25, Cody?
It is not. I don't have any Metal Gear Solid on there. Which is
Battlefront
insane.
is number 1. Option number 3. Star Wars Battlefront at number 1. MGS3 at number 2. Katamari at number 3. Half-Life 2 at number 4. That's the best option.
Half-Life
MGS3 is
2
at number
on
2.
Your top 25, Kyle, at number 24.
Yeah.
Option number 3. Ding, ding, ding.
I think option number 3.
Battlefront, MGS3, Katamari, Half-Life 2.
I mean, this
Fine.
kind of solidifies that.
Fine.
I mean,
Fine.
I'm not saying no. I'm jokey jokes. We don't need to arbitrarily use our top 25 of all time to justify this
we
list.
got through the entire podcast until this moment in about like an hour and 15 minutes. It's been a half an hour of us doing this. Option number 3 sounds fantastic.
Why do we do this?
Because
why do we sign up to start with 26 games and argue down to 5 when at the fucking end you're gonna be like, I don't even care anymore.
I do care. Cody hit me with some cold hard facts about things I've said previously that I cannot deny. So to be consistent with myself, I feel like option number 3.
and I think what it actually is Battlefront, Katamari, Metal Gear, Half-Life.
What?
I don't even have Metal Gear on my top 25. Granted, I think that's a mistake. It should be on there.
I think we should put. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. I would take Katamari over MGS3 100% of the time. I'm just very surprised.
In
to
my
hear
heart of
you
hearts,
argue
if
for
I'm
that.
looking at both of those games, I am absolutely going to choose Metal Gear Solid 3. That would be higher than 22 on my top 25 of the last 25. And insane that I don't have it in there, but
yeah, like I said, I don't think we just look at the math from our top 25s and
Totally.
use that.
I
Like
know.
that's a stupid
We
argument.
just need to do something.
No, I agree with you, but I'm specifically talking about like, oh, well, MGS3 didn't make your top 25. Katamari made Kyle, so Katamari should be higher. Like, I think that's like too arbitrary. I would take Katamari over MGS3, but I don't know. I feel like, Kyle, they're so close to you, and Cody's so much preferring MGS3, we should give it to MGS3 for sure.
Okay.
That would be my opinion.
Yeah, that's a fair reasoning.
I feel like that's the most compromisey. Option 3, man. Hey, I said there were only 2, and look, we came up with the third option. It was worth the time. We got to work through it, and we find the right answer.
for what it's worth,
Kyle
World
is
of Warcraft
such
is my
a
number 20th game.
Curmudgeon, bro.
What?
Are there?
You're such a curmudgeon.
Why?
Just, I feel like this is Kyle's way to like abdicate ownership
Yeah.
over this.
Yeah.
At the end with him with being like, no, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Then he doesn't need to like be in it anymore.
After he's been
Right.
so committed to his opinions and eliminated things.
Yes.
Now it's just like, oh, I don't care.
Well, yeah, but
Yes.
I'm not going to get exactly what I want. So,
That's the whole goddamn point of this.
Our top 5 video games of 2004.
He doesn't play video games for fun, Shay. You think he's going to enjoy this?
I quit. I'm out. I got nothing else to
Our
say.
top 5 video games of 2004. In the number 5 slot, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, which I do feel really good about having that on there. In the number 4 slot, Half-Life 2. 3 is Katamari Damacy. 2, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. And number 1, the best video game of 2004, is the first Star Wars Battlefront. That doesn't feel good.
Actually insane.
That doesn't feel
insane.
good. Man. Shay just shrugs and crosses his arms. I guess I don't know how I'm bad guy right now.
Because you were being a little bitch and gave up. And so we came to this solution. And then now, after the fact, you're like, actually, no. Which was my whole fucking point. That this was you abdicating accountability over this list. So now, well, it's done. And now I can complain about it. Because I actually never agreed in the first place.
So, my response to that
Oh, boy.
is
it yes, you're right?
no. My response to that is I needed I needed to be walked there, and you guys walked me there. And I am okay. And like the one thing I really don't agree on is Battlefront at 1. I think the rest of it I can live with. I don't agree with Battlefront
But
at 1.
that doesn't make sense. You can't live with the rest of it if Battlefront isn't at 1, because then the whole list has to change.
I'm talking about the order of everything else. Metal Gear, then Katamari, then Half-Life. I'm fine with those 3 being in that order.
The hierarchy you're good with.
Yeah.
And then Battlefront is somewhere.
Yeah, Battlefront would be slotted somewhere down there in between those. But it's just that one, for me, that one is out of order. But it's a team exercise. What? Fucking what, dude?
What's your solution?
I don't have a solution because it's 3 very different opinions.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, it's 3 very different opinions and like tastes in games, and we have to come up with a list. So I guess it may as well be this one that has the most of the games in the order that I would agree with it.
Okay.
So yeah.
I see what you were saying.
Yeah. I didn't give up. I just went like, okay, this is probably the this is the solution of the ones that I was presented that I would agree with the most.
You ungave up, but you did give up. Just so we're being very clear. You did give up, and then you ungave up.
Anyway,
you said that's
why don't we
fine.
why don't we go ahead and get this this shindig wrapped up, buddy?
Thanks everybody for watching.
Can we live with this?
I
don't want to end on this note.
No, I already said it.
You already gave up, Shay.
Right. You know what? You're right. I shouldn't be arguing. It's like arguing with fucking Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Don't worry. I'm cutting all this out. I'm gonna make me look real good in the edit.
Uh-huh.
Thanks everybody for watching and listening at home. What would your top 5 of 2004 be? Would Battlefront be
Battlefront
number
at 1?
I doubt it. Shay and Cody, thanks for everything. It's been real.
Kyle, thanks for nothing.
What do we got to look forward to? Bad games. We are going to be streaming the worst games of 2004. 3 of them. The ones that we agreed on, as I pull up the spreadsheet. The ones that we agreed on, the worst video games of 2004. Catwoman on the original Xbox.
Movie tie-in.
Yes. A movie tie-in game to a bad movie. So, Recipe for Success.
Not just a bad movie.
A really bad movie.
An amazingly bad movie.
Bad Boys Miami Takedown, another movie tie-in game. And maybe the crowning jewel of bad video games of 2004, Leisure Suit Larry, Magna Cum Laude. Or, as I like to say, Magna Cum Loudly. We're going to be playing those.
I'm sure that's what they wanted to.
That's what they wanted to.
But they weren't allowed to.
So we'll be playing those 3, I was about to say incredible video games, but I can't even say that as a joke. We're going to be playing those 3 video games that people came together and made and released as a product on store shelves for all of your enjoyment next month. So stay tuned. If you want to get notified as to when we will be going live for that stream, go ahead and hit the notification bell on YouTube. Otherwise, stick around for our flagship podcast for November, which will be going live on Monday, the 3rd of November. And we will see you all next time. Peace out.